Hi, this is John from Proper Coils, and today we're having a look at the Aromamizer Classic MTL RTA from Steam Crave. So here we have the Aromamizer Classic MTL RTA from Steam Crave. On the box here we have a picture of the RTA, Steam Crave and their logo, MTL Flavor Engine. On the side here we have SC211 and their logo. This side we have steamcrave.com. This side we have the check mark on the stainless steel, that's the one we have. It also comes in black. And the usual barcodes and scratch and check on the back. We'll open her up. So in the box we get the RTA. It comes with a plastic box containing airflow inserts. The airflow insert sizes are 2 0.8mm to 1mm to 1.5mm and to 2mm. It also comes with one blank airpin as well to allow you to have airflow just from one side. You also have a triple-sided screwdriver, Phillips, hex head and flat. In the baggies we have some coils. So this is a MTL coil, Canthal, and the resistance is 0.4, 7 wraps, 2.5mm inner diameter, and it's 28 gauge, and it's just round wire. And this one is 5 wraps, 2.5mm, 32 gauge, and it's a Clapton coil, and it's NI80, and it'll come out at 1 ohm. You have your user manual and a Steam Crave sticker. And that's all in the box. Let's have a look at the RTA. So we'll zoom it in. So on the top here we have a 510 drip tip, and it has the O-rings on the outside of the drip tip. Any water or juice you see is from my use. I've been using this for about a week. The top cap screws off and it's a couple of turns. It's not a quarter turn bayonet fitting, it's a couple of turns. You have two nice kidney shaped holes to fill your tank. The capacity of this tank is 3.5mm. The dimensions of the tank is 25mm in diameter. And the height of the tank is 34.4mm without the drip tip, and it's 48.8mm with the drip tip. On the side here you have Steam Crave and their logo. And on this side you have Aromamizer Classic MTL RTA. On this side you have an airpin, and on this side you also have a matching airpin. These can be screwed in and out. The airpins I have in at the minute are the 0.8mm airpins, and for me that is the best setup for a proper MTL vape. You can use the blank airpin and screw it out and have one-sided airflow. But I found for myself for a tight MTL vape that the two 0.8mm airpins were the best for me. These just thread out. So you get a flathead screwdriver and they'll just thread out. There is your airpin. And it's the same on the other side, so that'll just screw back in. On the bottom here you have designed by BJSHI, whatever that is, however you pronounce that, I do not know. You have your serial number, your CE mark, you don't vape in a bin, and the bottom cap screws off. Now this is similar to most of the Aromamizer range, so it's you screw off your bottom cap, and you can pop out your deck. Here is your deck. The 510 pin is protruding just enough for use on a mechanical mod if you want to use it on a mech mod or a hybrid mechanical mod. I'd have no issues using it on one of those. So your deck, nice deep juice wells, and it wicks basically the same as like a proper Aromamizer or a more Aromamizer plus V2. So you have your wicking holes here. You can see on the bottom there's the two indents on the bottom. That will allow your juice to sit on the bottom cap, and it'll capillary action up through your wick and hit your coil. You have hex head screws, 2-post design. Obviously for a mouth to lung RTA it's going to be a 2-post design. My biggest issue with this since I've been using it is the design of where the posts are. So as a coil builder, I would wrap my coils clockwise, which means I'd have one leg pointing this way and one leg pointing this way for a mouth to lung coil. This has been designed opposite, and it doesn't clamp from the side, or sorry, it doesn't clamp from the top, it clamps from the side, which means I'm gonna have to change the coil around. I'll show you as when I'm doing the builds, but I'm gonna have to bend my legs in a sort of a different way than normal to get it to sit there. It's not the end of the world, but it's just a little bit more complicated getting your coil in than normal. That's probably going to be the main con for this when I bring it back up top. But other than that, it's not difficult to build on, but you do need to, if you've got a regularly built handmade coil or pre-made coil, it's going to need a bit of adjustment, which I'll show you how to do in the build section. On the inside here, you can see where your airflow is coming, so it's side-on airflow. So you have one pin here, your coil is going to sit directly in the middle, and that is that. Your juice is going to come down these channels here, and capillary action up to your coil. So that's basically the deck. I'm going to stick this on the mod, and we're going to put a coil in this. So we're going to be using some mouth to lung fused Claptons from propercoils.com. So these are made with 2 pieces of 30 gauge Cantal wrapped in 38 gauge Cantal, and it ohms out at 0.8 single coil. Inner diameter is 2.5 mil. And here's what they look like. So let's get a coil in this. that is the Aromamizer Classic MTL RTA, all wicked up, coiled up and juiced up. Let's bring it back up top and I'll give you my pros and cons. So back up top with the Aromamizer Classic MTL RTA from Steam Crave. It's sitting on the ZQ Ascent and the coil settled in at 0.84 ohms and we're vaping at 14 watts. Let's give it a vape. So we'll go through the cons first. So the biggest con for me is the fact that the clamps on the deck are coming in, or clamping the coil from the side instead of clamping down, which means a normal mount-along coil, which will have opposing legs, you need to bend them at a 90-degree angle to slot them down and then clamp them from the side. For me, they really should have had clamps coming, like the screws coming down or the Allen keys coming down to clamp down on the coil, and you wouldn't have to make that adjustment to your coil. It's not the end of the world. It's not a con where I'd be like, I'm not going to buy that because of that con, but it definitely is a bit of an inconvenience than a regular mount-along RTA, which would have clamps coming straight down. So you just basically have to get your leg bent at 90 degrees, do the same both sides as I showed you on the build section, and it'll pop straight in, but you shouldn't really have to do that, in my opinion. The only other con really I have is the fact that the top cap is it's about 2 full turns to take the top cap off to fill your tank. Again, not a massive deal, but it's most tanks nowadays have a quarter turn bayonet fitting. I think that's the best. I think it's industry standard at this stage. So that's going to be the other con. On to the pros now. So it gives you a lot of options. It does say that it gives you a direct lung and a mount-along vape. I don't really think this is in any way a direct lung RTA. If you're buying it for direct lung, I'd probably buy something else. It's really designed for mount-along. You can get a tight restricted direct lung with it, but for me, you really should be using it in a mount-along setup. With the two 0.8mm air pins I have in this, it gives me a really good tight mount-along vape, and I like a tight mount-along vape. You can take out one of the pins and blank off one of the sides, and it'll give you one-sided airflow, and you can reduce that down to 0.8, which will give you a super tight mount-along vape if that's what you're into. So it gives you plenty of options from a mount-along perspective. It's going to give you like loose mount-along right down to the tightest mount-along you can vape. So for guys looking for a mount-along tank, it's definitely going to give you all the options you need. Looks wise, I think even though there is branding on the side, you have got the Aromamizer this side and you have got the Steam Crave branding on this side. It is the same colour as the tank. It's not coloured. It's not in your face, and I think it looks fairly clean. Build quality with Steam Crave is always good. I've never had any issues with any of their tanks, or any of the mods for that matter. So similar to like the likes of Lost Vape, they build good stuff. The quality is always good. It's very solidly built, and I don't expect that to go wrong with it. Price wise, these are coming in around £27, so about €32. Reasonably priced, not too expensive. That's basically it. I think it's just a pity for me about the deck, the way they've done the deck screws, the fact that they're coming in from the side. If I had clamps coming straight down, I'd be giving this not a better rating because I don't give ratings, but a better recommendation than I am. It vapes very well. It gives you lots of mount-along options. It's a good mount-along RTA tank. It's just a pity about the way they've done their screws. But yeah, so that was the review of the Aromamizer Classic mount-along RTA from Steam Crave. If you like the review, or you like the reviews in general, make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell. If you're looking for any handmade coils, make sure you head over to propercoils.com. I hope you enjoyed the review. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.